So today we are going to discuss about busbar protection. This busbar protection is very important from the viewpoint that busbar is a junction of incoming lines and outgoing lines, right? So if a fault occurs in busbar, considerable damage and disruption of supply will take place unless some form of quick automatic protection is provided to isolate the faulty busbar. So the busbar zone for the protection includes not only the busbar themselves but also the isolating switches, circuit breakers, and the associated connections. So you may be asked to uh, write down the importance of busbar protection. Why it is important? Because busbars in generating stations and substation form important link between the incoming and outgoing circuits. So if a fault occurs on a busbar, considerable damage and disruption of supply will take unless some form of quick acting automatic protection is provided to isolate the faulty busbar. So in event of fault on any section of the busbar, all the circuit equipments connected to that section must be tripped to give complete isolation. All the equipment means the whatever is connected to the busbar section, like isolating switches, circuit breakers, and other associated connections, right? That only complete busbar protection can be provided. So there are two most commonly used methods for busbar protection. One is differential protection, and another is fault bus, fault bus protection. We discuss one by one. So in differential protection, what is done, as you can see, this is a bus bar. This is incoming line from the source, and this are the two outgoing lines from the bus bar. So this is the bus bar section. Okay. So on the two sides of the bus bar, two identical CT sets are being used, as you can see. Okay. So here this is the current entering to the bus bar via this line, and these two lines will carry the total outgoing current from the bus bar. So if there is no fault in the bus bar, incoming current will be equal to outgoing current, summation of outgoing current. Okay. So because these two are in parallel, so these pilot wires will carry total of this parallel combination, right? Because they are in parallel, this pilot wire will carry total combination of these two lines. So under normal condition, when there is no fault in the bus bar, incoming current will be equal to outgoing current. Similarly, so for that reason, the secondary currents of this city will be equal to the secondary currents of summation of secondary currents of these two cities. This secondary current will be equal to summation of secondary currents of these two cities. Okay, so equal current will enter from both sides of to the relay operating coil, and the relay spill current or differential current will be zero. The relay will not operate under no fault condition. But if there is a fault in the busbar section, obviously this will be short circuited. So current entering will be leaving via this short circuit path, not via these two lines, because busbar is now short circuited. So obviously the current in this line will no longer be equal to total currents of these two lines. So accordingly, the secondary currents of this pilot wire will be disturbed. They will not be balanced anymore, right? So because different currents are flowing via these pilot wires under fault condition in the busbar section, there will be some spill current or differential current flowing to the relay operating coil. If that current is greater than or equal to the pickup value of this relay, the relay will operate. Okay, that is the differential protection. So, what is the necessary condition? The cities must be having same ratio, same city ratio, regardless of the capacities of the various circuit. Right? So, once uh, this relay is activated, it will give command to all the circuit breakers connected to the bus bar, so that all will be tripped simultaneously, isolating the bus bar from both the sides completely from the system. Okay. So all the switches connected to the bus bar must be switched off, means must be open. The bus so that the bus bar is completely isolated from the power system if there is any fault in the bus bar section. Next method is fault bus protection. See, you see, it is possible to design a station so that faults that develop are mostly earth faults. How to do it? This can be achieved by providing earthed metal barrier known as fault bus. This is the earthed metal barrier surrounding each conductor. This is one conductor coming to the bus bar. This is another conductor. This is another conductor. So this metal earthed, this is earthed, and this is metallic. So this earthed metal barrier surrounds each conductor throughout the entire length of the busbar structure. Within the busbar zone, this earthed metal barrier will surround each conductor throughout the entire length in the busbar structure. So with this arrangement, every fault that might occur must involve a connection between the conductor and an earthed metal part. Okay? So if there is any fault, that fault current will be, because this is earthed and metallic, so that fault will involve this connection connection between the conductor and the earthed metal part. Now by directing the flow of earth fault current, it is possible to detect the fault and determine their location. You can see this earthed metallic part is connected to this CT, which will bring down the current level, and from the CT secondary it is giving the current is providing the current to the relay operating coil. So if the fault current, earth fault current is sufficiently large, that will activate the relay operating coil. And once the relay is active, means if the current from the CT secondary is greater than or equal to the pickup value of the relay, this will give trip command to the circuit breaker, and circuit breaker will completely isolate this bus bar from both sides. Okay, that's all for the bus bar protection.